Okay, so this is the location where, according to Miguel, he dropped off Elizabeth. Is it like Liz to just disappear?
No, no.
So Elizabeth is the woman who disappeared when she was pregnant.
She was 4 months pregnant,
Okay.
yes.
Told me she wasn't showing up to see her kids. That's when I got worried.
You got worried?
Yeah, that's when I was like, you know what, something's wrong.
The last time I saw her was in my apartment when she left with Miguel. I literally remember like it was yesterday. We got Subway for dinner.
She usually is always like logged into her Facebook. She hasn't logged into her Facebook since she left my house.
Do you guys know if it was a girl or a boy?
We didn't know. She suspected, she kept saying, I think it's a girl.
The last person that saw her was her on and off again boyfriend.
He had driven her, allegedly, to the local welfare office. Somebody sent little suspicious for her.
She's never shown up.
Did he want the baby?
No, definitely did not want the baby.
This was right homicide. What happened?
What happened between Amber's apartment and the Human Services Department, we have no clue.
Well, if she actually came in the doors, she would have signed this.
There's a good chance she never walked into that building. Did she have any names picked out yet?
Airee. I actually have this t-shirt that says Grandma's Peeps on it. And I had her name put on there.
Hey everyone, I'm Crystal. I was a TV news reporter and anchor for more than 15 years, covering stories of remarkable people, tragedies that turned into heartbreak, and stories that are now part of history. But there are some stories that just stick with you.
How many missing persons cases do you believe you have?
Every year, tens of thousands of people are listed as missing. So I called in the expertise of my longtime friend, retired detective, now private investigator Lewis.
I really don't believe that. There's no evidence behind that.
Together, we're diving into cases that sit untouched for years.
I feel they focus too much on him,
You think so?
and it may not have been him the whole time.
And hitting the road.
Farmington, here we come.
Along the way, we'll talk to those left behind.
She was wonderful. She was my older sister.
Something feels missing.
Just want her home.
Something's not right.
And to those who were part of the investigation.
I mean, the same dog found burnt remains.
All in hopes of uncovering new details.
He has never been interviewed by police.
That's the person that I think did it.
To give families some closure as we go beyond the case.
Okay, and I go all the
And 3, 2. Hey everyone, welcome back to Beyond the Case. I'm Crystal.
Hello, everybody. I'm Lewis.
In this week's case, we are diving into the heartbreaking disappearance of Elizabeth Brooks Hernandez. She went missing November 20th, 2017 from Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Elizabeth was pregnant with her third child, about 4 months pregnant, when she just disappeared. She vanished without a trace.
Now, because of that, police actually sent out an alert and even notified media about her disappearance. Her family has poured everything they have into finding her, from passing out flyers to reaching out on social media, hoping somebody has an answer for them.
And according to family, she was regularly keeping her medical appointments.
In addition to that, they said that she was really good at attending her government assistance appointments. We're going to explain why that's crucial to this investigation as well.
That's right, Crystal. And the single mother from Albuquerque, New Mexico, was in the middle of a rocky relationship with her on and off again boyfriend, whom she claims to be the father of her unborn child.
Elizabeth's sister witnessed her leaving with him the night before she vanished.
By the next morning, though, he claims that he dropped her off for an appointment.
We're going to dive into what he claims happened the last time he saw her. Now tonight, we're going to be sharing with you never-before-seen police video in this case.
And tell you why there's a good chance that Elizabeth was never dropped off to her appointment.
Here's part 1. Let's go beyond the case.
I've imagined this moment about 1,000,000 times.
Elizabeth is the woman who disappeared when she was pregnant. Was it 4 months pregnant?
She was 4 months pregnant, yes.
And the last person that saw her was her on and off again boyfriend.
That's right. He had driven her, allegedly, to the local welfare office here in Albuquerque. And according to his statement to police, he dropped her off and she was never to be seen.
And we do know that her mom and her sister have not given up finding Elizabeth, because we see it all over their social media pages. We were able to find both of Amber's pages. She doesn't stop talking about her sister. And her mom has also been very adamant on doing everything she can to find her.
You know, she has done interviews, she's cooperated with police, and she has been asking police to help in this investigation.
So we're heading right now to go talk to Elizabeth's mom, sister, and who else?
Her father, Curtis. Gotta keep going straight. It's on the left.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go.
Hi.
This is Crystal.
Crystal. Nice to meet you.
Come on in.
We're going to start here. I'm just going to have you tell me your first and your last name and how you knew Elizabeth.
My name is Amber Brooks, and I am the sister of Elizabeth.
Jennifer Brooks, and I am the mother of Elizabeth Brooks Hernandez.
And Dad?
My name's Curtis Brooks, and I'm the father.
It's just really hard every day, not knowing where my sister is, or driving in the car by myself. It's terrible.
I want to take you back to the last time you saw Elizabeth.
The last time I saw her was in my apartment. I literally remember like it was yesterday. We got Subway for dinner because that's what she wanted, and she was pregnant at the time. So I just, I'm pretty sure I used like all my money to like get her this big old giant sandwich because she was pregnant. That's what she wanted, So we got Subway and we ate it. And she was like, well, I'm gonna go with Miguel. And I said, well, that's kind of weird, because you guys haven't been talking. She's like, no, I think he's gonna like give me stuff for the baby, She was like so excited that he was actually gonna like give her something, So she decided to leave with him, and it was kind of weird because before she actually left with him, he didn't have his phone was off. And he was like, well, I can't call you when I get there. So she went to go look for his car outside. When she left, that's when I got like the overwhelming feeling like to keep her there.
What was their relationship status?
Before that, they were good before she found out that she was pregnant. After that, they seemed like they would argue sometimes, and I wasn't really around him much, but I know one day she asked me to pick her up from her house, and she was saying that he was trying to pick her up and she didn't want to go with him, and I didn't know what was going on. I was just like, whatever, I went to go pick her up. And so I got over there, and Miguel was outside in his truck, and he was sitting there, and her friend walks out and starts yelling at him, and I'm like, what is going on? I'm like, just get in the car, And so she would not leave her apartment until Miguel left. And we waited until he left, and then she came out. And that's why I thought it was so weird that she was leaving with him after that.
Why would you be afraid to go with him one day and the next day leave with him?
Exactly. Maybe because he wasn't calm that day. I think he was yelling, or I don't know.
Did he want the baby?
She just said that he didn't want the baby and that he wasn't going to be around. So we kind of, you know, for the last couple months before she went missing, accepted the fact like, oh, okay, well, he's not going to be around.
But then he was.
Yeah. Well, she thought he was going to be. That was the first time, the only time that he contacted her, those 4 months. And I ran outside and I was looking for her and I'm like, oh my God, I'm too late. You know, she already left. And I came back to my apartment and she came running in. She was like, oh, I found him. You know, and she grabbed her backpack or her purse or whatever. And I was like, dude, just stay here. Just stay here. You know, it's fine. You know, you don't have to go with him. Like, you can go hang out with him tomorrow or something, you know. And she was like, no, 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 I'll be back. And she ran out the door.
I know you're the one that contacted police, right?
Yes.
Tell me about that day.
We can't just enter her in as a missing person because some people just are missing. They just don't want to be contacted.
Make yourselves comfortable.
I know you're the one that contacted police, right?
Yes.
Tell me about that day.
Well, me and my friend, the next morning that she didn't call us, I knew something was wrong. And when I called her best friend, I really knew something was wrong. So me and her literally combed Albuquerque. Every person that she knew, we went to their house. Even if they said they weren't there, they didn't live there anymore, we didn't care. We showed up to everybody's house and eventually realized that we had to, you know, report her missing.
I think I have all the information for your sister, but you last saw her, what was she wearing?
I don't remember. I know she was wearing jeans, and I remember her wearing, I just remember seeing her leaving for some reason, and she had, a black jacket on. But, the jacket she normally wears, she didn't wear. She wore, some sweater that I never see her wear. And then jeans. And she was wearing black boots. They're like slippers, but they're boots.
And what address does she live at?
She's been at my house all week. All week. Sometimes she stays at my house for
Where does she
4 days.
Mail at?
And then where does she receive mail?
Your dad gives it to her. She gets her mail. Her dad gives her mail. Their dad gives her mail.
It says that you check the hospitals, but how about they didn't tell you they can't give that information out?
At the hospital?
They couldn't tell you that. A lot of times they'll tell you that.
They don't tell you that. If you call the hospital...
It was her mom who called.
Yeah.
So
if you call the hospital, they will tell you. I didn't even tell my friend I was in labor, and this chick just shows up when I'm in labor. She called the hospital. They told her I was there, and she came. They don't...
I'm going to try there first, a hospital, just to make sure. I can go there, but it's kind of, and I can ask to see who she left with and stuff like that, but it's kind of, we can't just enter her in as a missing person because some people just are missing. They just don't want to be contacted anymore.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's unusual that she's not on Facebook.
Okay, so she got, state has her kids, okay? We were supposed to go see them on Friday. We just got it to where me and my son were on the list. And we were all supposed to go see them on Friday.
You and your sister?
Yeah.
Okay.
She does not miss her kids' visit for anything. She has not missed one visit, ever.
After that, they really, weren't going to do anything for us. And finally, a great officer did a little bit of digging, just, went to his address, and he entered her as a missing person. And from there, we did missing flyers and all that other stuff.
We're gonna get on the highway.
Get on I-25,
And then
go
I-40.
I-40,
Okay.
left course.
Gotcha. All right, I'm tracking.
All right, so we do know that the very next day after Amber last saw Elizabeth had a scheduled appointment at the Human Services Department. This was either for WIC or possibly EBT. So this could potentially be the last place that Elizabeth was seen if Miguel did in fact drop her off.
He was very adamant that he did drop her off on the 16th. He picked her up, right, from Amber's house, and that was the last exchange that occurred between Amber and Elizabeth. Amber did see Elizabeth get in the car with Miguel driving.
Right, she said she saw that.
She saw that.
So I say we go visit the Human Services Department. Let's see what the atmosphere is like there. Is there any way that she could have been dropped off and then potentially picked up or walk off somewhere? These are all a lot of questions that people should be asking. What happened at the Human Services Department? I do believe it's that big building right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep, that's it.
So this is the location where, according to Miguel, he dropped off Elizabeth.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think there's security personnel here as well.
We're gonna walk in and we're gonna talk to him about cameras.
See if anybody knows anything about it.
Right.
All right. Let's do it.
Hi, how are you? Good.
Can you guys sign in for me, please?
Do you have a director or somebody here that we can speak to?
A manager.
Yes. I just go have you guys sign in for me then?
Yeah, for sure. We can sign in. Our question for you would be more about the records request.
For her complete records or
We just wanted.
just a sign in?
That's it.
Yes.
You have a card you can leave me?
I can.
Yeah, we'll get our supervisor.
Something seems a little suspicious, but you can't really.
Right. Unfortunately, we don't have camera systems here.
Okay.
But we can definitely, we're gonna get our supervisor to get you that login.
Supervisor here.
I told my album as much as I could. I just want to see if this girl was checked in, was seen.
Okay, we can come over here and look through it. We're not allowed to give public. Oh, I'm sorry. We're not allowed to give information to anybody in regards to people.
I completely understand.
Yeah,
It's
so
just,
when they came in earlier, I told them, well, we would need the actual police report. Do you know her name?
And it's Elizabeth Hernandez.
So this is starting at 8 a.m. Do they know about when? Nope, and that goes back to the 15th. Unless you want to go through it again in case maybe we missed it.
No, I appreciate it.
And they were
I
for
just
sure
figured
the
I'd try to
16th.
help them out
Oh,
as much as I can, because I guess she has contact with her sister every day, and so she hasn't seen or heard from him since the Wednesday night before this.
And she was supposed to come here.
And the boyfriend says he took her and dropped her off here. But
Oh, wow. Well, if she actually came in the doors, she would have signed this.
and I believe it was in the morning.
That's the time out, and these are the times in, so 9:30.
Even that's why she went to the food stamp office to fix her food stamps, so she could have them to buy snacks and stuff to take to her kids. Yeah, and so usually she goes. She had like so many plans, like, and she didn't show up for any of them. She had
Like when
plans.
she goes to the ISD office, she's not the type of person to leave until she gets what she wants done.
I know there's a lot of stuff that's unusual. I'll be limited on what I can do though.
We do know, according to the individuals who do work at the Human Service Department, that Elizabeth never checked in.
No.
And they're required to sign their name in when they check in. And there's no indication that she ever did that.
There was an indication that she did check in a couple of days before on the 14th.
Right.
And that's the appointment that Amber drove her that day.
So the reason why that's important is because it lets us know that Elizabeth was well aware of what the protocol was when entering that building. It wasn't as if it was her first time walking into that building. She didn't know she had to sign in. She sat down, she wasn't serviced, and then she left. That wouldn't have taken place because 2 days prior, she knew to walk in, sign in, get her appointment, go through all the steps of what she needed to before leaving. That's a huge indication that there's a good chance she never walked into that building.
That's right. I'm even wondering, Crystal, if she even made it to the building.
I started contacting all her friends. I contacted him, and he was like, yeah, well, I dropped her off. And I'm like, well, where did you drop her off? What time did you drop her off? And eventually he stopped talking to us, and we were asking him, are you going to come help us look for her? Are you going to help pass out posters? And he would be like, yeah, I'm going to come. And then he wouldn't show up.
People don't just vanish. They don't just disappear off the face of the earth.
Which should lead us to the theories of what happened to her.
Tell me about any other friends that you could think of that maybe she could have been hanging out with that day.
None of her friends were with her that day. I've talked to every single one of her friends. Every single one, even ones that all her friends till this day. My friends are all gone. Her friends call me on every holiday and on my birthday and on her birthday, and her friends have never left. Every single one of them is looking for her.
Well, one, we did get a few people saying, I saw Liz.
That made me so angry. This whole situation, I felt like we were re-violated.
I sent the picture to Jennifer because I kept telling him, send me a video, let me talk to her.
Do you think Liz is alive?
No.
We've talked to several people who knew Amber and Elizabeth, and all of them have said they have not seen Elizabeth since that day she left with Miguel.
Yeah. Where does the boyfriend live?
I don't know. The university area, that's about all I know.
Have an
Because
address?
he's a
We
college
don't know.
student.
Yeah.
What happened between Amber's apartment and the Human Services Department, we have no clue.
On your way to school or you're on spring break?
Oh, it's break time. Once I got